Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And today, a very pleasant and mild day as we look down at the beautiful little town of Orondo from our Hose Landing Sky-Fi Tower camera location. You can see a few boats down there on the Columbia River this afternoon and some clouds too, but lots of sunshine out there, and that made for a very nice day. Temperatures once again well below normal and highs all over Washington State today, at least about 10 degrees below where they should be. It's 78. We didn't make that in Wenatchee. Maybe a little bit later on we'll tick up a few degrees, but that's still 10 degrees below where we should be. And you see a lot of 70s on that map. Very unusual for this time, July 19th. Very unusual for eastern and central Washington. But all that is about to change as we will see a heat wave move in by the end of the weekend. We'll tell you how hot and how long it'll last coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Westbound I-90 was a mess yesterday afternoon after a large tractor trailer rig crashed west of Cleella. A semi destroyed a portable message sign Thursday afternoon on Interstate 90 near Moses Lake. And to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Apollo moon landing, the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center will be holding a special event this weekend. But first, we begin tonight. A 61-year-old North Bend man had to be airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle after crashing his motorcycle on Highway 20 about 4 miles west of Mazama. According to the Washington State Patrol, John R. Still was riding his Harley-Davidson Street Glide motorcycle. He was going eastbound about 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon when he failed to negotiate a curve and collided with a guardrail. Still was thrown from the motorcycle on the right-hand side of the highway. The motorcycle continued on and crossed the highway and collided with a tree on the left-hand side of the road. Still's condition at Harborview is unknown. Westbound I-90 was a mess yesterday afternoon after a large tractor trailer rig crashed about 13 miles west of Cleella. Thanks to Washington State Patrol Trooper John Bryant for sharing these pictures of the accident scene. It happened around 3:30 p.m. and resulted in a partial closure of the interstate near Easton Road. The roadway was cleared around 5:40 p.m. according to the State Transportation Department. Trooper Bryant said the truck driver walked away with only minor injuries. The cause was under investigation. A semi destroyed a portable message sign Thursday afternoon on Interstate 90 near Moses Lake. According to the State Patrol, the trucker was coming up on a construction zone and attempted to merge into the left lane, but then swerved back to avoid an oncoming vehicle and crashed into the sign. The Washington State Department of Transportation sign was completely destroyed and the truck suffered serious damage, but fortunately, there were no injuries. Well, visitors to the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center will be taking a step back in time tomorrow with a special program celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing. The event is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and will include hands-on STEM activities, spacecrafts, NASA Apollo mission videos, and more. Refreshments will also be available. Tickets are $5 for the entire family and are available at the door. Coming up next, you'll still be able to get from point A to point B in Quincy, but starting on Saturday, you'll have to do it in a roundabout way, literally. A dramatic change being implemented in Washington will soon make a lot more workers eligible for overtime pay. And at what could be a make-or-break moment for his presidential aspirations, Washington Governor Jay Inslee will take the stage July 21st for his second Democratic debate. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Being able to support yourself and your family is an important part of who we are. We all need to know we're able to provide ourselves with a secure future. Some job seekers have a harder time finding work. That's why Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is here, a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to help people find work. When you shop at or donate to Goodwill, you're really being a job creator, and that's a good thing for everyone's future. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Welcome back. And in other news, you'll still be able to get from point A to point B in Quincy, but starting Saturday, you'll have to do it in a roundabout way, literally. The town unveils its new traffic roundabout tomorrow morning. It replaces the old four-way stop at Highway 28 and 13th Avenue. The $1.7 million project was completed after several weeks of work by the Washington State Department of Transportation. State and city officials claim the roundabout will streamline traffic flows better than a traffic signal. They say research shows that they drastically reduce the chances of collisions. A dramatic change being implemented in Washington will soon make a lot more workers eligible for overtime pay. The State Department of Labor and Industries began a series of public hearings on the changes this week. What the new rules do is change the conditions under which employers can designate someone as an exempt or salaried employee. Requiring them to be paid by the hour will affect hundreds of thousands of workers here in the state. The change drew mostly support at a hearing Tuesday in Seattle. It was the second of 4 hearings in Western Washington, with the Eastern Washington meeting scheduled August 5th through 7th in Ellensburg, Kennewick, and Spokane. Under current law, employees making more than $23,660 a year can be classified as exempt and not hourly. In July 2020, that would change to $35,100, rising each year until 2026, when no employees making less than $80,000 could be declared exempt. The Obama administration attempted to raise the federal hourly threshold to $47,476, but a judge in 2016 blocked that change. Well, and what could be a make-or-break moment for his presidential aspirations, Washington Governor Jay Inslee will take the stage July 21st for his second Democratic debate. Inslee will appear on the second night of debates, sharing the stage with 9 other candidates, including 2 frontrunners, former Vice President Joe Biden and California Senator Kamala Harris. It could be the last time on the debate stage for Inslee. To qualify for the fall debates, he'll need to receive at least 2% support in 4 national polls and 130,000 unique donors to his campaign. Inslee has struggled to reach 1% support in most polls. The other 10 qualifiers for the July debates will take the stage on July 20th. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Chelan and Douglas County voters may be asked in the next couple of years to approve a sales tax to pay for future improvements at Pangbourne Memorial Airport. In tonight's feature story, the recently created Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority is considering a 0.1% sales tax that would generate about $3 million a year in revenue for future capital projects. NCWLIFE Channel senior correspondent Steve Hare has more on this story.
Well, the idea of a sales tax surfaced last year, prior to the functional consolidation of the two port districts. Now, at that time, it was projected that over the next 10 years, about $60 million in airport upgrades would be needed. Port Executive Director Jim Kuntz.
The airport has a host of things on their list that need to be done. The taxiway, the full-length taxiway, needs to be completely rebuilt. The aviation ramp in front of our airport terminal building is asphalt and is very much in need of a complete repair. And then the airport terminal building, as we get service to San Francisco and other areas that we're optimistic about, the airport terminal building at some point in time is going to need to be expanded.
The consolidation of the two ports is expected to save about $500,000 a year in costs. But Kuntz said the current revenue stream generated from the airport's operations alone falls far short of future expansion needs, even with FAA matching grant money. The plan would require legislative authority before going to the voters with a ballot proposal for a sales tax.
So the port commissioners have said, let's at least take step one. Can we go to the legislature this next session and simply ask for the authority to put on a ballot at some future date a 0.1% sales tax to support either Pangbourne and or airports within the Chelan-Douglas County area. So that's what the commissioners have authorized, and it's a very first step in a long, long process.
Kuntz plans to begin the legislative lobbying process immediately by meeting with 12th District lawmakers to discuss the proposal. Steve Hare, NCWLIFE News.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details as we head into this weekend, let's take a look outside our weather window at a beautiful shot from our Hose Landing Sky-Fi Tower camera. This is looking down at Orondo, of course, Highway 97 right here. We did see some clouds out there today and just enough cloudiness to kind of keep our temperature down a little bit. We're still seeing the remnants of a cold front that's moving through, and that once again kept our temperatures down. A little bit breezy out there, not as bad as Wednesday or Thursday, but still plenty of wind as we end our work week. And temperatures, as I mentioned, remained on the cool side. And 76, our unofficial high temperature today, well below where we should be for this time of year, which is 88 degrees. 55 was our overnight low this morning. That was a chilly start to our day. 62 is where we should be for this time of year. 107, our record high. That was set back in 1979, a blistering day. 49, our record low, set back in 1996. Still no new precipitation so we're stuck at 4.23 inches since January 1st. Sunrise this morning, 5:24, and the sun will set for us tonight at 8:50. Now let's put that surface loop in. Now let's check our tomorrow's temperatures first. Thank you, Uriah. And tomorrow as we head into the weekend, boy, I'll tell you what, it's the start of a really nice weather trend. 86 for Moses Lake, Ephrata and Quincy also in the mid-80s. Wenatchee, we will be at 84 degrees, as well as Cashmere. And as we move into the upper valley, Leavenworth just slightly cooler tomorrow at 82. Lake Wenatchee, how about that spot for tomorrow activity? 75 degrees and nice around the Chelan Valley as well, 83 there, and nice up in Okanagan County too. Omak tomorrow at 84 degrees. Now let's take a look at that surface loop and show you what we can expect. First, let's set the stage with clear skies tonight. Clear, breezy, and cool. The breezes will go away somewhat as we move overnight into Saturday, but I'm showing you this map because of all the clear skies, and that will be our situation over the next 5 or 6 days or so. Just hardly any clouds at all. Saturday, the same way, sunny. We'll see a little bit warmer temperatures. Clear in north central and eastern Washington. High temperatures tomorrow in the mid-80s. And then, yeah, here we go with our temperature map because things are really going to warm up as we move into Sunday afternoon. Keep your eye on this area as this orange continues to darken up. Sunday, sunny and warmer. We'll see high temperatures around the 90-degree mark and even hotter than that. Monday and Tuesday, if you don't like hot weather, find some shelter on Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be blistering hot around central Washington. Moses Lake down into Tri-Cities could top off at 100 degrees. That is a possibility early next week. Tuesday could be the hottest day of all, where I think here in the Wenatchee Valley we'll see about 94, 95 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday then a little bit of a reprieve. We see more of a northwesterly flow coming into Washington, and that will cool us down about 10 degrees as we move into Wednesday. But that 10-degree cool down will actually get us about to where we should be for this time of year. Thursday, back to normal then. We'll see sunny skies with temperatures then in the mid to upper 80s. So get ready for some hot weather the first part of next week. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast tonight. Once again, we're going to get down to a pretty cool overnight low at 54 degrees, 84 your high temperature on Saturday. Tomorrow should be just a gorgeous day, and then the heat is on beginning on Sunday. 91 degrees Sunday, 94 for both Monday and Tuesday, with low temperatures very mild too in the middle 60s. And then we cool down on Wednesday and Thursday into the mid 80s, and by Thursday about where we should be for this time of year, with a high temperature then of 87 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Only one dealership in Wenatchee has Motor Trend's SUV of the Year and Truck of the Year. That's right, Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the all-new Ram 1500 pickup. Or get the best of both worlds in the new Jeep Gladiator. Visit Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today for more information on these award winners and see why there's no reason to leave town to buy your next vehicle.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Finally Friday to you. Now, before the season began, the Wenatchee Apple Sox came out with a slogan for the year saying, #SoxAreHot. They even printed it on souvenir T-shirts. But when Wenatchee came out of the box losing 7 of its first 10 games, the Sox were definitely not hot. That has certainly changed, and the hashtag statement is definitely ringing true now that the Apple Sox won their 7th consecutive league game last night in Kelowna and 8th win overall in a row. Wenatchee scored 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, and 2 in the fourth, and held on for an 11-8 victory. Voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman, has more on last night's win.
The Apple Sox picked up an 11-8 victory over the Kelowna Falcons on Thursday night to extend their season-best winning streak to 7 games and sweep their 3rd series of the season. The Apple Sox are off and running on this 6-game road trip. They take the first 3 in Kelowna, and now they are on to Bellingham. But however, on Thursday night, it was Henrik Reinertsen tossing 6 innings to pick up the victory. Johnny Sage hit a 3-run homer for Wenatchee in the 2nd inning. So the Sox take on the Bells on Friday at 6:35 p.m. at Joe Martin Field. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Thank you much, Joel. Also in last night's game, Cody Colden went 3 for 6 with 3 runs in the leadoff spot. Henrik Reinertsen improved his record to 3-2 on the season with a victory on the mound, going 6 innings, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits. Brett Garcia had another rough outing out of the bullpen, giving up 5 runs on 1 hit and 4 walks, and only managing to get 1 out in the process. Now, Seth Kuykendall will get the start tonight in Bellingham for the 6:35 game time. Bells have not announced their starter yet. Bellingham coming in, having lost 7 in a row and 8 of its last 10 games. Also in the West Coast League last night, as we open up the Les Schwab scoreboard, Nick DePonzio hit a grand slam home run in the 2nd inning, and Port Angeles went on to beat Cowlitz 9-7. Baxter Halligan was also 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs for the lefties. Brady Hormel's 2-run triple to right center field, and Tanner Parker's sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 8th gave Yakima Valley a come from behind 9-7 win over Bend. The Pippins completed the 3-game sweep of the Elks in the process. Kyle Manzardo's 2-run double highlighted a 5-run 8th inning as Portland came back to beat Bellingham 14-12 at Walker Stadium. Manzardo finished with 4 RBIs on the night as the two teams combined for 30 base hits. Matthew Gretler and Elliott Willie each had 2-run singles in a 6-run 5th inning for Corvallis as the Knights won its non-leaguer against Chaffee Baseball. 13-8 the final. Nick Jovetic also had a triple and double and 4 RBIs for the Knights. Victoria was idle last night, so Wenatchee with a win picked up a half game in the standings. Apple Sox now sit alone in first place in the West Coast League's North Division second half. Victoria is a half game back and will face Yakima Valley over the weekend. Pippins are 6-4, a game and a half back of Wenatchee. Portland, or make that Port Angeles, is 5-4, 2.5 back. Bellingham and Kelowna still sitting with 1 victory apiece so far in the second half of the season standings. Well, as the trade deadline approaches in Major League Baseball, speculation continues on clubs that are buyers or sellers. The Mariners, seller with a C dwellers in the American League West, are considered sellers with an S. The leading candidate to be shipped elsewhere is pitcher Mike Leake. According to MLB reporter Chris Haft, the Mariners also could trade second baseman Dee Gordon and relief pitcher Roenis Elias. Speaking of Mike Leake, he's scheduled to start tonight as the Mariners limp home on a 7-game losing streak. Leake is 7-8 on the season with a 4.60 ERA. He'll face the Angels' Jaime Barria, who's being called up for his first start since July 3rd. Barria is 3-2 with a 5.22 earned run average. Mariners come in with a record of 39-60, while Los Angeles is 50-48 tonight. Game time 7:10, first of 10 straight home games for Seattle at T-Mobile Park, where they'll also see Texas and Detroit in town. Well, Thunder in the Valley is coming this weekend to Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. WVSO General Manager Jeremy Anders joined us recently on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to preview this weekend's race.
It's all open wheel cars for the most part, except we added one more thing. So we have the sprint cars, which are these cars here. That's the fastest cars you're going to see at WVSO this year. And actually, there's a couple cars who they are going to try to go for the all-time track record. This is the fastest cars we've had at WVSO, and probably I think the last time they were here was about 3 years ago. We've had some other sprint car organizations come through, but these guys are really, really super fast. Then we have the West Coast Vintage Racers. We have the old-time early stocks and the Northwest Focus Midgets. So those are all open-wheel classes. It's called Thunder in the Valley because there's some of the louder cars we get, it's the fastest cars we get. We're also going to add an extra race, which is the Ernie Richardson Memorial Mini Stock Race. And
I miss that guy.
Ernie's a great guy, and I knew Ernie, pretty well over the years, and he loved mini stock racing. And we had the opportunity to add one more race, and I was thinking about it, like, Ernie just loved mini stock, so we added Ernie's name to it. And it's kind of an open comp race, so we don't have a whole lot of locals that normally race that, but with the mini stock race, it adds a local feel to it. So it's like 5 divisions. We're expecting probably close to 100 cars total.
Gates tomorrow open at 4 o'clock, qualifying at 4:15, racing at 5:30 at WVSO. Also coming up this weekend on the sports schedule, Hot Dams Women's Softball Tournament, Kirby Billingsley Hydro Park tomorrow and Sunday. Chelan Man Triathlon, Saturday and Sunday at Lakeside Park in Chelan. Features a sprint, Olympic, half triathlons, 10K, and half marathons. And if you're into horsing around, there's 4-H game show and lone number roping happening at Appalachia tomorrow and Sunday. That's sports. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
And thank you, Eric. A new Facebook page has been created for Wenatchee residents to voice their rants or raves from the Valley. The Wenatchee Valley Rants and Raves page was created after many people voiced their personal frustrations on the Wenatchee Valley Crimes and Events page about a multitude of topics such as roundabouts and housing expenses. The new group already has over 1,000 members along with 70 posts from community members in just 2 days since being created. Administrator of both the Rants and Raves and Crimes and Events pages, Nathan Medeiros, tells NCWLIFE News why the page has been so successful in just a short amount of time.
And surprisingly, it's been a pretty good thing. People have been not just saying like the most worst and disgusting things like you normally see on like the Craigslist rants and raves, but people are like actually talking about issues and problems in the valley and like having discussions on it.
Medeiros is also currently running for a director position with the Eastmont School Board. And finally tonight, let's check in with NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson to find out what's happening around the Valley for you to enjoy this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Planning to enjoy the concert in Centennial Park? Come to the Beer Garden at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center this Friday from 7 to 9. The parking lot offers a perfect view and listening spot to enjoy Seth Garrido's Power Trio live on the Centennial Park stage. Beer and wine are available for purchase. Must be 21 and older to enter, and there is a $1 cover. Full Circle Theater Company and the Numerica Performing Arts Center have partnered to present the first annual Twilight Theater production, The Tempest, happening now through Saturday at 7:30 p.m. The William Shakespeare play will be performed by a local cast in the Numerica Pack Courtyard. Tickets are on sale now at numericapack.org. Chelan Man is this Saturday and Sunday at Lakeside Park. The swim takes place in the clear waters of Lake Chelan. The runs are on paved paths and roads, and the bike legs are along Lake Chelan and the Columbia River. There will be first-timer triathlons, a sprint, Olympic and half triathlons, a 10K and half marathon runs. Proceeds go to the arts and healthy lifestyle programs for area children. Join the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center for the 50th anniversary of the Apollo moon landing on Saturday from 10 to 2. Drop by their open house to experience hands-on STEM activities and spacecrafts, plus enjoy snacks, NASA Apollo mission videos, and more. Tickets may be purchased at the door for $5 per family. And finally, the second annual Big Chill Cider Fest is this Saturday from 3 to 8 p.m. at the Cashmere Riverside Center. Taste and savor a wide variety of ciders from over 12 local cider makers. Tickets include a commemorative tote bag, commemorative glass, a dozen taste tickets, and one special coin that allows an additional taste and vote for your favorite. Enjoy a view of the hills, games on the lawn, and free parking. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with guest host Eric Granstrom. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. and the arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life Channel is your local TV station.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.